Such a shy
Town of Wolfville. Just your name and your address for the record. We keep a record of an audio record of the council, of the public hearing and council's proceedings. So, first up,
Sure, it's Ian Palmer from 9CU in Wolfville. A couple of questions I have is actually regarding the actual development agreement. I'm sure that, I'm sorry, I don't know. Chris has got all but loyal and logical and, everything is all in the up and up. What happens when 5 years from now, 2 years from now, or whatever, this development agreement is sold, and then it becomes a rundown rat's nest of a place? What kind of guard or guarantee do we as a town of Wolfville that it doesn't become a slum? That's one of the questions I have. So how do we control that? And how do we, once he, let's say tonight we agree with him, give him a vote, you give him a development agreement, and he has 36 months, I think Mr. Morrison said in his review, what kind of guarantee do we have that it will be done in 36 months? What's the penalty? What happens if it's not completed and it drags out for 6 years, 5 years, like we had at Railtown? I don't know how far that was over the agreement, but those are the two questions that I have. What are the guarantees that we have?
great. Okay, thanks, Ian. Craig, you wish to address that now? The first one, the agreement runs with the deed, with the title, right?
Yes, anybody who purchased the land has to abide by the agreement as it's drafted, and again, that's why we spent a lot of time in this agreement trying to improve not only our standard clauses, but including a lot of clauses that dealt with the terms or the concerns that were expressed. So the strength that we rely on would be the agreement itself. So some new owner can't just simply ignore the requirements of the owner. They have to abide by the agreement. So that would be the answer to the first part. If it's not completed, there are remedies in the agreement. Most notably, I guess, that the developer would lose the rights to continue or finish the development if he doesn't finish it in 3 years. Now, we could also apply to the council for an amendment to increase the time, and perhaps if there was some good reason and there was an expectation it could be completed, that they might do that. They don't have to. They could cancel the agreement and ask or force the developer to return the site to a safe and sightly condition, which might even be tearing down a building that's half finished. So we do have those powers within an agreement. But I guess, clearly there's no guarantee that, somebody doesn't go insolvent halfway through a project and something like that has to happen. But there are those remedies in the agreement.
So so there's no bond from the developer to the town? Wouldn't that be a logical thing to do to make sure that we do have enough money for it to be finished? So it's just the guy goes out and starts tearing down, he goes bankrupt tomorrow, we get a half-built building the town's responsible for? Is that how could it conceivably work?
That's perhaps possible, but not practical. This is a $6 million project. You just won't find a developer that can or will bond for that sort of thing in advance. Probably they won't find a banker that will do it for them either. So yeah, that would be ideal, but it just doesn't happen. We do have bonding for things like the appearance of the building once it's occupied. If there's, say, part of the finish that can't be done, or part of the landscaping that can't be finished because it's wintertime perhaps, then they can bond for that and get occupancy. So there's some of those details we've allowed for bonding, but not for the whole project.
Yeah, not for the overall project. We do have surety in the development agreement that protects the town in case it gets to a point and the 3 years is lagging, and we don't have let's say the landscape is not done, the exterior is not clad, and it has to indemnify the town with a surety and then we, the town, through the staff, can, probably through the CAO's office, would then contract someone to finish that.
So we are
not at the cost of the town. But that is written into the agreement. But protection against insolvency, that type of thing halfway through, yeah, there's nothing for that. That's, okay. All right, anybody, Mr. Hobble, I know you're up there.